Lalit Thakur joins us, Managing Director and Institutional Head with Angel Stockbroking. Lalit, morning. Thank you for joining us. Lalit, to me it looks like we are in a tricky spot. Global momentum is strong, but locally things are looking slightly, slightly subdued.
Yeah, that is true. It has been so happening, as you rightfully told, that if you look at the global market, they have improved. The Dow Jones is at 13,000, and if you look at the emerging economy, like China also, it is reviving. I think it has appreciated by 10%, while the Indian markets have corrected by, let's say, from 5,600, it has come down to 5,200. And entirely that is because of India-specific issues. And I think one of the major reasons has been the currency depreciation in our market, because our currency was 44 and now it has gone to 52 or 53, and still our current account deficit is around 4%. So I think that is weighing on investors' mind, the FIS investor, and that's why probably we are saying, along with the GAR, I think this is one of the reasons why we are seeing a very slowdown, a huge slowdown in the inflows. But Nikunj, having said that, what I see, how I look at the things now is that if I assume that it is a currency factor which is overweighing the FIS mind, I think it is a matter of time that our export is now going to catch up in a significant way. Because what I understand is that the buyer runs in 6-monthly or annually contracts, they cannot shift their loyalty. So now India wants to pitch their low cost destination. It takes some time. So that's why I remain hopeful that probably for next quarter or 1-2 quarter, things may be challenging, but again things will improve from there on.
Lalit, what to your mind is driving Hero MotoCorp? Because if I look at the management commentary, both from Bajaj Auto and from Hero MotoCorp, the management commentary is that the two-wheeler market is slowing down, competition has intensified, and none of the two-wheeler companies now enjoy pricing power.
You rightfully pointed out that the competition intensity has increased. The third player, which was Honda, I think now it is in the probably it is going to dislodge Bajaj from its second position. But having said that, I think one of the reasons why Hero Honda is going up is that firstly, last year, if you look at the total volume growth in two-wheelers, it was around 15%. Now, if the volume growth in the sectors are 15%, on account of inflation, the sales growth are going to be around 21 or 22%. So that still is a very impressive, if you ask me, the numbers. If you compare the sales growth, what you are seeing in other sectors. I think this is one of the main reasons. And secondly, Hero Honda, if you look, the margins are around 11-12%. So if I want to get into a two-wheeler space, the choice remains between Bajaj Auto and Hero Honda. While in the case of the Bajaj Auto, though they have strong, they get a strong margin from the export, but still a net margin of 20% is very high. So probably I would personally go for Hero Honda, where the margins, I'm not worried about the margin fronts. And I will be hopeful that if the industry is going by 15% per annum, so this company won't disappoint me. It can show up 18 to 20% growth rate in coming years.
What are your thoughts on Tata Motors? The promoter of the company now, which is Tata Sons, they've sold 18 lakh shares in the open market, and there's old maxim in the market that promoters are often the deepest insiders of their business, and when they're selling in the market, it's time to get out.
I think, yes, we still continue to be bullish on Tata Motor. The products of the international products have met huge successes. And currently, though the valuations of, if you look at the valuations, the stock is trading at 8 times P. Now, of course, this valuation of 8P is comparable to international peers because auto industries, they trade at around 7 to 8 or 9P in the international market. So PE re-rating has been done with, but if you look at the sales growth, the company is still able to show a sales growth of 20-25% per annum. So that is too good. At the same time, last year, the domestic operation has not contributed to the bottom line. So things are going to change on the domestic front also. So if you combine these two factors, the international still there is a lot of steam left in international growth and the turnaround in profitability in domestic. I will continue to be we continue to have a buyer accommodation on this stock.
Bank Nifty is often considered as a lead indicator of market action and market momentum, and the Bank Nifty is underperforming despite a rate cut.
Yeah, yes, I'm a little bit surprised because the reason is that interest rates are expected to come down in next 1 year. So I think if you want to buy stocks, we want to find a winners. If you want to have winners in your hand, rather than looking at FY13 numbers, you should look at FY14 numbers. I think that banks are expected to be a big winner on FY14 numbers, just as already FY13 numbers has been discounted. So that's the reason if the stocks are coming down, it's a little surprise. But I think that must be the reason must be that this industry has a high beta. So whenever the market recovers, they have a high beta. While they correct also, they correct more than the market. But having said that, I think that in next 6 months, there might be a possibility that they will exhibit more strength than the market, because as and when we'll be coming nearer to FY14, definitely the mindset is going to change, and patience, you don't have to keep much patience to finally get a decent return on your investments.
What are your thoughts on global commodities? At a time when global liquidity will remain strong, commodity prices are likely to remain firm. So one side there is demand, other side there is speculation, and it appears that given the way how central bankers are committed to print money, speculation will clearly have an impact on commodity prices.
See, we are having a little diverse opinion on commodity. What I meant to say is that some of the commodity prices are expected to come down. To start with, for example, iron ore prices, they are still I think they are a multi-year high, and I think it is a matter of time. The investment will start in iron ore prices. So if I look at the prices 2 or 3 years down the line, definitely it will be substantially lower than what it is today, because this kind of margins are quite insane, I will say. You cannot expect 160, 70, 50% margins or an ROE of 200, 300%. But there are some commodities where the prices already have come down. If I look at the aluminum prices, they have already come down by 20, 30%. And what I understand is that at current juncture, even if an integrated player in India wants to set up a new plant in aluminium, they are not going to make profits. They can end up with an IRR of only 8 to 10%. So in the aluminium space, I will expect the prices to go up, and that's the reason I like Hindalco in this front. But if I'm looking at the steel stocks, I'm skeptical, and if I'm buying a steel stock, it will be only on a 6 month or 1 year horizon. While for the case of aluminium, it will be I'm a long term bullish on this stock.
If you have to pick and choose between Maruti and Tata Motors for next 2 quarters, which one would you like to choose? Because Tata Motors is a proxy to global growth. Maruti, on the other hand, is a proxy to domestic growth.
See, probably from an 2-quarter perspective, Maruti also can do well, because again here also we are going to see uplift in car consumption growth rate. So on a 2-quarter perspective, probably Maruti can do better than Tata Motor. But the point is that we have to consider that what is in store for the stocks in an 18-month horizon. So again, because Maruti has an 50-55% market shares, so I am skeptical on this company, because the competition intensity is significantly going up. Of course, the Indian consumer are still very loyal to Maruti because of their low maintenance. But looking at the changing aspiration mindset of the Indians, I am skeptical that they cannot hold 50% market, and this is what happened world over. So I would like to stick to Tata Motor. Given the choice between these two, I will go for Tata Motor. At the same time, there are other stocks also available in the auto space. Like for example, we like Ashok Leyland. Though this company also is having a 30-40 market share, but the competition intensity is very low in the industry sector, is utility vehicles. And at the same time, because we are expecting GDP growth to improve from 6.5 to 7.5, it makes a significant impact to these companies. So that's the reason, instead of going for Maruti, I'll go for Tata Motor, or you go for Ashok Leyland.
At Angel Stock Broking, what are your top ideas for FY13? 1 large cap, 1 mid cap, and then 1 small cap.
Nikunj, as I told you that if you want to have good winners, one has to now look beyond FY13, because I think the prices have already factored in FY13. So we are looking at FY14 numbers, and right now in the large caps, we are having contrary view on a capital good industry. On FY13, the numbers are completely washed out. Probably next to 1 quarter or 2 quarters, again their order book position is going to come down. But we're very hopeful that since there is the turnaround of the economy is just around the corner, we expect the FY14 numbers will throw a lot of surprises. And this is how it was in the capital good industry. When the GDP improves from 6.5 to 7.5, the capital good industry benefits on both the fronts, on the margin fronts and on the sales front also. So in the large cap space, we like in capital goods industry, we like Crompton Greaves, then we like Voltas, then we like Blue Star also. Apart from the capital good industry, we like private good sector space also. Private bank space also. We continue to be buyer of Axis Bank, and the stock has a high beta. So when the markets are up, the stock goes to 13, 1400. When markets are down, it comes down to 1100. But as I said, that slowly when we'll be inching towards FY14, I think the stock will be a good outperformer from the Sensex. So this Axis Bank you can count in the large cap also. In the small caps, there are many interesting ideas. We like a variety of stocks. We like Cera Ceramics. We like CRM also. But one more stock which has come to my mind is tire stocks. Especially the Lagards, the Seats and the JK Tires. So if you look at the tire space, already Apollo Tires and MRF Tires are really at an all-time high. I think so the Lagarde also will catch up in the next 6 months or 1 year. What I understand is that their companies are finding very good opportunity in the export front on account of, because India is gone into for radializations. And after the radialization, you can think about exporting to developed countries. So these are some of the stocks which is coming to my mind.